We're live right now on Facebook, and we're here in the Green Solution studio. Oh, yeah. We're doing it big right now, man. Our third official guest in the studio. This man's been part of the Koff Brothers, the Odd Squad, Phase Mob. He's even had a new album out recently that's called Gotta Be Me. His first solo album was called The Dude. He's been hit up by Dre. If you've been hit by Dre, you know you got some skills. We welcome to the studio Devin the Dude. Welcome to Green Solution Studio, my man.
Oh yeah. Good to be here, man.
That's awesome, man. Like my favorite stuff, some of my favorite stuff with you is the stuff you do with Snoop, and it was almost like you guys were meant to do meet. You know, like you guys blend so well together.
Man, that's like my brother from another mother, man.
Right.
Like literally, man, for real, man. And we kind of came up in the game at the same time, man. We was admiring each other's music, man. And then when Dre finally got me on the Chronic album, Snoop was telling me how him and Dre, they used to listen to some of the Odd Squad stuff, and when they was on their first Chronic tour, you know what I'm saying? With Dre, it was the first Chronic tour, and I was like, whoa, man. I was like,
what?
Man, so it was just the appreciation from there. And then since then, we were just kind of like a brotherhood, man. And we done like 5, 6, 7 songs together already.
Yeah, for sure.
And every time
you should do a whole another 5 or 6, 7 songs again.
Oh man, and man, he just sent me another song too that I got on too. I think he's working with another artist. And he just wanted me to get on that song too. So, but anything he needs, man, you know.
Yeah, for sure. No,
I got it. And anything I need from him, man, he got it. It's just like that, man.
No, dude, I loved your music because anytime we do an interview, if it's with an artist, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna jam out to the jams right now before I go meet him, you know. so I threw you on to Apple Music, and it was so funny because I haven't heard, other than like the late 90s, good stoner music that just has that vibe where it's like, hey, this is like soca, like some reggae, but it's more hip hop leaning at the same time. And I just was like, and I'm all blazed out.
It was made for weed.
Yeah, it was made for weed.
It was made for weed.
It really was.
Oh, it was probably made from weed, for weed, by weed. I remember Snoop coming through here a bunch of times, and the guy's completely chill and has no airs about him. He's just super real. And I remember one time he was the Fillmore, and his manager called, and they were talking to my boss at the time, and he was like, yo man, Snoop wants to ask somebody a question, but he doesn't want to ask you. So then they handed me the phone, and they're like, yo, Snoop's out of herb, like, you got some herb? And I was like, yeah, I got some herb. And so they finally got there, and before I got upstairs to where the dressing room is, his manager's like, yo, let me see that herb. And I tossed it at him, and he was like, oh, fuck yeah. He's like, go upstairs. So I go,
like that's the golden pass, the golden ticket right there.
Right. So I go upstairs, and I toss it to Snoop, and he goes, it was in a Tupperware, it was that good herb. And he goes, ooh, wait. He's all, I'm gonna need this, and I'm gonna need some more. And I go, hey, I just have to make a call, man. He goes, well, then make the motherfucking call.
That's him. Yeah, that's him, man.
That's right, nephew.
That's him.
How much do you like? I mean, it's hard to say because it's a random question if you ask. How much does weed influence your music? Because it obviously does. But I mean, do you like weed has a huge part in your music, right?
I think. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that, man, because a lot of people kind of get it confused. They kind of get it mixed up. They're like, man, you talk about a lot of weed in your songs, but it's kind of opposite. And I don't know if it means the same, but it's just that my songs have a lot of weed in it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's the same because I don't go out trying to make weed songs.
Right. You just make songs that you're feeling.
And then when I write a song, and by the time I'm finished with it, motherfucker gonna have some weed in it.
People bring you songs. They're like, "Can you weed this up?"
I mean, it can be it can be some lovely song, a song that have a melody in it, and the subject is something totally different. But it'll probably have some weed in it in the third verse or something, or somewhere down the line within the song, somewhere before it's all said and done. Some weed's gonna be in there anyway, you know. But certain songs, you know, are weed influenced, very weed, heavily, right? Weed influenced.
This song is going out to weed.
Yeah, but some songs that I try to make, come from the heart, like trying to have a message, and like a song like just say like anything. I got a song called Anything, and it's like just saying that, you know what I'm saying, be grateful for what you have, you know what I'm saying, you know, and because anything that, you know what I'm saying, that leaves, you know, you don't miss until it's gone type thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and it have some weed in it too, in that particular song, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, you know, thinking that's like a weed song too, but it's really not. But you know, I don't want to get it confused. But yo, I want to make music for the stoners, people, music for the listeners, the people, the
lovers, the haters,
well, whoever, you know what I'm saying.
For sure.
So,
it's such a crazy world from what it was. Like you're saying, when you and Snoop came on the game at the same time, and now 2016, you can go use your credit card, debit card, whatever, go buy an ounce of weed. Like, it's just crazy.
I mean, I'm loving it. I mean, hopefully it spread all the way to Texas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
all the way to Houston.
We just spread some in front of you. You can light that
light
whenever
that up,
you
man.
want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
cool,
for
man.
you.
Cool. I thought it was like a product placement.
No, it's product usage placement. You're good, man. Place that in your mouth and smoke it.
Thank you for the Green Solutions product placement. Some people who use marijuana loved it forever and ever and ever. You know, we kind of have a thing, like, because I know that when you first got started, you were hanging out and getting extra copies that the radio station was throwing away of vinyl. Is that true? Where you were like you were kind of just, that was your first access to
my first access
music?
To music? I was second grade, third grade, the summer after the second grade.
Wow.
On to the third grade, and right before we lived in some apartments in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Tampa, St. Pete, you know, that's right there. And the radio station is still there. It's WRXB, you know, and saying
WXRB.
WRXB.
Oh, WRXB.
WRXP.
Yeah,
WRXP. That's right, baby.
Yeah. And they played everything. It was like middle of the road type music. They played soul music. They played blues. They played everything, man. And every Wednesday, back in the day, you know, every Wednesday they would throw, I knew the routine, they would throw away their vinyls that they had a little scratch in it.
Right. Something they discarded because they already had 10 copies
because
of it.
You know, 30% was reserved. Later on, I found out how they got over, because every record, you know, they had 30% reserved, and the cut, you know what I'm saying, the artist and was charged for 30% of their fucking royalties, because it was understood that some of them gonna get damaged.
Okay, right.
So it's in every contract, it was a reserve,
a little extra
30%.
Right.
You're not gonna get paid, motherfuckers.
Right.
They're gonna get damaged. These records are gonna get damaged,
right.
And they did. They got scratched, cut, whatever. But some of those, you know, just because the beginning got cut off,
there was still,
or scratch, the rest of the song was cool, and the other side, flip side, the shit was cool, and they threw them all in the trash can. I knew the routine, so I would, after school, I would go in the back of the trash can, and I would jump in the motherfucker, and it got to a point where I just started taking shit and just taking it to the house all the time. But I was accumulating too many albums, so a lot of shit that you didn't want, because sometimes they would throw albums away that was not even scratched at all. They just didn't like the shit. They just
and
that's garbage.
That's why your family all got albums at Christmas. They were like, what?
Oh shit! Limited edition. What?
But what I would do with them, I would kind of stash them in the closet with shoes, where we put our shoes in. Because we was at one room. It was like 4 boys in one room. You're
like, this is my shelf, this is my
and you know,
area.
I'd stack them up or whatever. But everybody didn't mind, because everybody liked the music, you know.
Oh, nice.
So wasn't nobody tripping about, we don't have enough room for this shit.
Right.
Yeah. So, but it would start accumulating too much, so I had to really go through them and see what I wanted. And I ended up throwing some back in the trash. But I know next Wednesday they would come with some more.
With the fresh.
And it came to one time I got a little comfortable with going in there, And I started picking through them as when I was inside the trash. Man, this is cool. Okay, cool. Oh, James Brown. Okay. Oh yes, I was. Shit. You know that. And then kids, I remember a group of kids coming home from school. One of them saw me in the trash can. Say, look at here, look. That's Devin. He's over here in the trash can. And they were like, oh, they would laugh. Oh shit. They were laughing and they thought I was digging for something, for.
Oh yeah, something else.
Yeah. Right. They didn't understand.
Yeah.
Right.
Some shoes or some shit.
I'm a DJ. I'm a DJ.
That was like the first illegal download, bro. That's
and they started picking on me because they think I thought I was looking. I was looking for clothes or shoes or some shit. Or some food.
It's a record store.
So how much did Florida? Because you're saying you did that in like second grade.
Second and third grade.
So then you left Florida in fourth grade, right?
Because yes, I moved away to Texas with my grandmother.
Houston.
My grandmother moved earlier from Florida to Texas. Wasn't in Houston though. It was country.
Okay.
A place called New Boston, and then Douglasville had a population 195.
Welcome to Douglasville.
Douglasville. See, I was gonna come out with a hard ass track by Douglasville, make it sound so fucking hard, and it was only 195 people there.
He was the badass city.
Only 10 of them drink. 3 of them smoke weed. But Douglasville was cool, man. It was a really learning experience. She moved from Florida before my mother did, and actually she asked me to come to Texas with her while my mother and my rest of my siblings and everybody was still in Florida, you know what I'm saying? And she kind of enticed me by saying, I'll get you a Shetland pony. Say just come to Texas with us. And a Shetland pony? Yeah, for real. So I was like, Mama, can I go to Texas? And I didn't know, you know what I'm saying?
Did you get your pony?
You know what? That's at the end of the story because when I went, I had to, first of all, leave all my records because she's not having that shit. It's nothing but gospel records and
no.
None of that. What?
Right.
No, she was like, she moved to Texas from Florida because of religious beliefs, and it's really, she really got really kind of more strict on stuff like that, secular music or.
Oh no, I grew up Jehovah's Witness. I know all about that.
So yeah. So,
I know all the rules and blah blah.
The girls couldn't wear pants.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The boys couldn't curse.
You know what happens?
We couldn't look at TV. That's how that was.
You know what happens
when we went way back. I had to cut. I had to hold like the fucking garden, plant purple peas, pick them, cut wood. I had to maintain the chicken pen for the next door neighbors because she used to barter with them for stuff. So I was responsible for the chicken.
Dude, my family has chicken coops, and I because they live out in Indiana without there. That's my cousin. That's where you from.
Just like that term, man.
Dude, yeah. So you tell me you don't get out there.
You can't miss me with that shit term, man.
Dude, you make me go out there in that goddamn chicken coop, man. I'd fucking get scared shitless. Those chickens flying around trying to peck at you. That's some scary shit, man.
I like to run around a chicken pen, man, and they follow the fucking pen. They follow the pen because they think, everybody, and you throw some over, all them run over, then you run back over there, you throw some over, they run back over, just keep running back and forth.
Sons of bitches.
Well, I say, gentlemen, you're confusing me.
Okay, no. When you operate a chicken coop, when you feed the chicken, they just
come after you.
When you go, you don't go inside to feed them. You feed them from the outside.
Because they'll come
so
after you.
you run and with a bucket of chicken feed.
Okay.
And you throw it on one side and let a few of them run over there and get it. Then you run back on the other side and throw some over there and let them spread it out.
My uncle would grab pigs from they just had this pig farm. And it scared the shit out of me. He just picks up. I'm a city boy, man. And he just picks up and he's just, He's like, you gotta clean this pig right here. Got a damn fucking pig will make some bacon, man, right there. This thing's just screaming. That like terrified me, man, from ever going to a farm ever again.
But you still love bacon.
Oh yeah, all day.
Yeah, I love chicken too, and I saw one got his like a ring in his neck and everything, you know what I'm saying? And after the chicken neck broke off, it kept running around.
Yeah, that's what I hear. That's terrifying.
No, it actually happened.
Never seen
and
it.
they run
And
into
I don't want to
shit.
see it.
Yeah, I mean, they run into a wall and they get up and like, oh shit, let me go this way because it might be a sound. Hey, they keep going into the depth and blood's just skeeting out the neck and shit.
That's insane.
Yeah, man, but you boil the feathers out and then you smother it and then that's
Right, exactly
wonderful.
That's what we're talking about. No, there's a thing here in Denver where you can have chickens now, and like so there's a lot of people that have their own chickens now in their backyard.
I mean that's a good thing because they have a better way of, you know what I'm saying,
Fresh, they're fresh eggs.
I don't even say killing the chicken.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Humanely disposing
for,
Eating the shit out of it.
for purposes of surviving.
for surviving.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
These cones from the Green Solution look like what you carry in a movie in a cave to see in the dark.
And man, and they're packed pretty nice too, man. And it's gonna take a long time to finish one of these motherfuckers too. So that's what you want.
Yeah.
Longevity and a joint also. You know, man.
100%, man.
Yeah, with really good weed too. So,
Yes, sir. Devin, the dude, live from the Green Solution studio with the Larry Uncensored podcast. We appreciate you hanging out with us, and that's a wrap.
Yep.